everyone, and welcome to what is our 14th broadcast from the Certified Trainers UK and Ireland YouTube channel. So thanks for joining us. I'm Simon, Ableton Certified Trainer. I'm based in Manchester in the UK, and today we've got an international guest. We've got the amazing, super talented Sara Simms, who's all the way in Canada, and she's going to be joining us in about 15 minutes. We're just going to do a little bit of the stuff that we always do, talking about making music and getting over the hurdles of making music, especially at this current day and age. So I will introduce my fellow co-pilot on this crazy ride. Over in the left corner, all the way somewhere in the Midlands, that's west of Birmingham. If you join us from outside of the UK, it is Tim Isherwood, aka Tim from Lostlight.
Hello,
we need a little
Hello,
fanfare.
everyone. Wait, I don't need applause. That'd be very be uncomfortable. That. How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm okay. Yeah, it's sunny in Manchester, so yeah, all is good.
Nice and sunny down here. In fact, it's actually warmer now than it was earlier today. But before we start, right, because we're going to fit this into this little bit, so we make sure we say it now every week. Yeah, segment. It's a segment, guys. This is the way it's going to work from now on. If you have not liked and subscribed to our channel and the Ableton Certified Trainers channel, please do so now and click the little notification bell, because then you'll get notifications when anything goes live. You know, you're helping us get our broadcast out there. If you like it, then, you know, share it and make sure more people see it. Right? I'll put the links in the chat, and now I'll shut up. Over to you again, Sam.
Okay, no, thanks for that, Tim. Because when you watch these videos on YouTube, there's a guy who does like OBS help, because we use OBS to make all this happen. And he like at the beginning of his video, he's saying, "I noticed that 87% of the people who watch these videos aren't subscribers." And I was like, "Whoa!"
yeah.
So we ain't gonna bully you or anything, or confront you, but you know, if you like what we're doing, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so. So before we do, we're going to have Sara coming in, and we're going to be looking at satellite plugins. And I'll say nothing about it, but we did mention it a few weeks ago. And when I first heard of it, I was like, this is cool. So in the spirit of that, if you want to join in with what we're doing, or even try this yourself, we'll have to look at what's on Simon's browser. Wouldn't it be great if we had a jingle that was made by the amazing Ned Rush to allow this transition? Let's just see if it works.
What's on Simon's browser?
Indeed, what is on Simon's browser. So you should be able to see this now. So there you see, if you type mixedinkey.com, and you can get to this. So the satellite is what we're going to be using tonight, and it's free, and you can download it for Mac or PC. So that's what we're going to be using. And while we're at it as well, when Sara comes on, we will share all the links and stuff like that. But do go and follow Sara on Instagram or whatever platform. We've got all the links in here, and we will share them throughout the show as well. So, shall we actually...
Are we pissing about for 15 minutes? Yeah.
Well, you know it's what you know us well. So I need to. You know, every time you're in a Zoom call or whatever, it's always like, let me share my screen. So I've got a new one, right? And you just say, let me allow you to see what I can see. How does that sound, Tim? I want you to see what I can see.
I want you to see things through my eyes.
Yeah. Can you see what I can see, Tim?
I can, yes.
What does this say? Now, the thing is, when we do it like this, because people have asked me, why do you use Zoom to do this? And I've actually got... my computer, there's two computers. One computer is doing the stream, and one is doing the actual Ableton and the Zoom stuff. But it means that when I do this, because I'm using the other computer as another input, I can do things like this and zoom in live in real time. Somebody asked me that, and they couldn't work out, how do you do the Zoom? And if you do want to know how to do it, it's on a Mac, you go in accessibility, and you put... there's a key you can hold down, a modifier key. I use Control, and I use two fingers to zoom. So there you go. Tim Jam. What is this, Tim? What is this here?
This was me enjoying a bit of sunshine. I'm a bit of a hermit, me. Even if it's sunny, I tend to be in here. But I was sat outside yesterday in the garden,
and do you know why I know you were sat outside?
Because you could hear the
bird noise at the beginning. So I'll give you some context. Now, I was going to show you the whole process of this, but I thought we'll keep it short because we want you want me to have a good session with Sarah showing us satellite plugins. So what I was going to do is show you. Tim sent me a little jam yesterday evening of him playing guitar. We're just talking about getting all our song ideas, get them out, however simple they are. Or not say simple, however formulated they are, a riff, a chord, or whatever. And Tim was in the garden and he recorded this on his phone, yeah?
Yep.
Did you use the voice recorder app?
Voice memos, yeah.
Voice memos. And then you sent it via WhatsApp. How did you get it from voice memo to WhatsApp? Did you just put share?
Forward via WhatsApp.
So
it's an option.
He sent me that. So when you send it via WhatsApp, I don't know whether most of you do this, but most people that I'm talking with, we use the WhatsApp web app, so you can use it on your computer. And if you do that, loads of great things. You can just drag an MP3 from your computer and share it. There's loads of reasons. So if you are a WhatsApp user, get it on your computer because you can just drag videos up to 64 megabyte, I believe. And
very,
you can just
very useful.
Very useful because we just share ideas all the time anyway. So the point being, you get it on the browser. Now, I'm not going to open my WhatsApp whilst effectively the equivalent of being on live television for various reasons. And it's not me, it's the things that my friends send me. Anyway, so I got that, downloaded it,
Definitely
put it into
not. You're an angel.
I am indeed. So the file format is an MP4, which works on Mac and PC, and most importantly, you can open it up in live. So this here is Tim in the garden playing his guitar. Bird sounds. Right, okay. Yeah, okay, right. So, what do we do with that? Now, first of all, any of you who either don't play guitar or you were going to look at that and think, right, what do we do? Now, I heard this on my phone before I dragged it in here, and I thought, oh, yeah, I can do something with that. Now, I listen back to it. I'm not sure of, like, what you were thinking of. I've got the advantage of being able to talk to you and say, what were you thinking, Tim? But I like it, and I can tell, like, there's some chords. And if you didn't know what key it was in, there's a few ways that live can help you. But just talk to me about this beginning bit here, because it's like really offbeat. And is that the kind? Because I'm just watching where you're nodding your head. You're like, going,
no, it is offbeat. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Yeah.
Okay,
you've got it. You know what I mean?
Well, I think so. So that was warped. Now, if you don't warp a sample in live, those are the options you've got. Yeah, you can sort of you can position where it is. You can crop the sample. But as soon as you hit warp, you've got so many options. Like, poof, there we go. And, you know, in other shows, we've gone into detail about stuff like that. But first of all, I want to know where one is, Tim. And now you're actually here, I can ask you. Is it there where I've got it on that green note? Is that on the downbeat? That.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, first of all, before I ever do anything, I would set one from here. Now, we can still use this. But if we were going to make something out of this, or I was going to find the BPM, I mean, it's saying that now I've got one. Let's find out where bar 2 starts. Is it here, around here somewhere? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Is it two bar pattern?
It's a 2-bar pattern. I think we might have that one a bit late, actually.
Yeah. Okay. When I heard it, yeah. Let's move it back then. So let's try it again. It's there, isn't it? That one.
Yeah.
This one here. This the culprit.
I think so. Let's go for that one.
So right mouse click, set one here. Oh, hang on, just zoom the screen out a bit. Could you go? Is that like?
Yeah.
Is that the beginning?
So, no, you're right. So it comes in just before the bar, but so setting one where you've set it is right, and that would be you've got it.
You could have picked something easier.
Well, I didn't know it was getting used for the webcast, did I?
So that there, is that the beginning of the next bar where I am now?
Yeah.
So if I just move that to there, we stand a chance. Our guest has arrived. So I'll just finish up it. So the idea is that we were going to work on this. But the point is, from here now, there's so many things you can do to, like, if you didn't want to turn it into a guitar piece of music, you can do things like, I'll just move that there. I can never, like, reposition any of this stuff when I want to, because it's just right on the edge. Can you see where it is there? But yeah, if you right mouse click, you can convert harmony to new MIDI track. You can extract the notes. So I'm just going to do this real quick, because let's just say you didn't know what key it was in. Now, I know that one of them chords is an E, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big strum chord, and I recognise that. So if you play it, right, it's slowed it down now, it's warped. But if I just play this MIDI clip here, and it may sound crazy, but when you strum the guitar and you get live to work out the all the different pitches and stuff, sometimes the thumping of the guitar and the harmonics send it all kinds of data. So what I like to do is make sure you've got your note monitor on there and just scroll down like that, and then I'm just going to go all the way down here, and I'm just going to mute most of the notes because I just want the bass notes. So and you can eventually, I'm just going to deactivate them, press 0, so now I can probably hear these bass notes a little easier. I've still got some high ones there. They are so funny. So
it's a great way of extracting from audio.
Yeah, eliminating all the bad notes. So there we go. So yeah, there's still a few rogue notes, but I like that. Do 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 do. So I can get something from there. So you know what I'll do for next week? I'll make sure that I get from here, and I'll move it on and see what happens. Yeah.
We're going to have to, because we've only done it briefly, haven't we?
Well, it's cool. We've got better things to do. So let us just return. I don't want to stop screen sharing. So before we invite her on, we've got Sara Simms, who's just so talented. It's unbelievable. I've been watching some of her videos. We've never met in real life, but we've had Zoom calls before, and she's just done so many things. She's a wicked scratch DJ. A producer. I'll just say no more. So I'm going to play this track, and there was a couple of tracks that Sara sent over, and I was like, wow, they're both good. I picked this one, because it's awesome, and you'll like the video, Tim. You'll have to watch it as it comes through on the stream, but this is Ace. It's called Bronx, and it's just like a really good track, and the video just really works as well. It's just awesome. So this is Sara Simms, and this is Bronx. So when we come back after, we'll have Sara with us. So let's check this out. Hello, everybody. And we're back. And all the way from Toronto, Canada, Sara Simms joining us. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Sarah.
Well, thank you for having me today. It's my pleasure to be here.
The pleasure's all ours, definitely. And just before we move on, thanks for the feedback about the volume. Hopefully, we should have sorted it by now. So, yeah, just do let us know. It's really great that we've got you in there and all letting us know what the situation is. So, yes, thank you. Thank you for that. So, yeah, Sara, it's great to have you on. And just tell us, I was just asking you about that track then. That is awesome. I hadn't heard it until you sent me the link. So tell us a little bit about it, because I just asked you, why is it called Bronx? And the video's great. So just tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. Well, Bronx was written by my friends, John Lamagna and I. He's a Juno Award-winning Canadian producer.
Awesome.
And we collaborated and wrote the track. And actually, my dad is on the track playing trumpets as well.
No way.
And when John and I, when we started the track, we started with the idea that we wanted to find some train samples from the Bronx in New York. So that was our vision, was we actually started searching on Splice for some train samples from the Bronx. So we started building the track around the trains.
Right.
And that was how things really started off. And I think we built a bit of a beat from there, and I started playing a guitar riff. The guitar riff that's in there.
Yes,
and,
I
my friend,
hear that towards the end. You can hear it clearer, that, yeah.
I'm actually not playing it in the track. That was, John grabbed my guitar and he's like, let me play that riff. So it's him playing the guitar, and we built the track, and when we were finished, he said to me, what do you think of this track? And I said, I don't know, it's really different. It's like different than all the other techno tracks that are out there. Yeah. And I sat on it for a little while. I thought about releasing it. And then I thought, you know what, this is a really cool piece of art. I want to send this out to the world and the universe. And
great decision. Well, hopefully, we were talking a little bit before, and just it's like, let's give it a second wave. I mean, if COVID gets a second wave, this track can have a second wave. So absolutely. So just to give everyone a bit of a background, so you're a DJ, producer, performer, and you're doing some work for Mixed in Key, who makes satellite plugins, which you're going to show us shortly. And we were just talking about, like, because we're in England. And Manchester, and Tim's sort of west of Birmingham. Is that an accurate description, Tim?
Southwest. Yeah.
Southwest.
If we're being accurate, southwest.
Southwest. Yeah. Okay. So
we could almost say Worcester if we wanted to sound.
No,
posh.
don't say that. That's confusing. So yeah, we've just having a quick chat about the restrictions, and we're sort of feeling that we're moving towards getting the sort of music industry a little bit more back on track. There's been a few social distance concerts, but it's not been so easy where you are right now, has it? So how is it at the moment? Has it been?
Well, I would say we're very thankful being in Toronto, Canada at the moment, because things are really starting to open up a little bit.
Good.
We're just getting out of our third major lockdown. But just last Friday, some of our patios opened up here, and our stores also started to open up a little bit too. So we're very thankful to have a breath of something.
Oh, that's good.
After not having a heck of a lot for a long time. So yeah, and it's beautiful weather here now, so people can just chill outside and.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And one other thing that we mentioned that it was something we're talking about, this sort of the way that we've had to adapt digitally as well, and a lot of your work is DJ work, and obviously that's took an impact, but you've been sort of doing live streams and things like that to sort of try new things. Yes,
year one of COVID, I hopped onto the live stream game, I think very early.
Good.
I was very inspired by Calvin Harris, who was one of the first artists who I saw using green screen and working with green screen in the background. He put together a couple brilliant streams, which I think are now actually offline. I think his team took them down, but they were just really cool. and I really wanted to learn to use that technology. And shortly after, a lot of people kind of hopped on the green screen thing, right?
Yeah.
So I would say year one, I was pretty active with streaming. And then year two, as things kind of dragged out a little bit, I decided to focus more on production and learning new techniques and just like revisiting everything that I do in the studio and really upping my studio chops. So I spent more time kind of behind the scenes, so to speak, right? And I invested in my skills as a producer.
Good. So so are you still working on stuff now for new material to be released in the future?
Oh yes, good. Absolutely, always.
Good answer.
Always writing and just creating a lot of ideas, and then at some point you have to kind of go through some of those ideas, right, and choose the best ones to finish and mix and release, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's what we're up to. We're working on now the tracks that we're gonna put out next, and it's a very mental game, isn't it? You've got to make a lot of decisions and put your soul on the line. Just say this is what we're doing. If you don't like it, then fair enough. But we'll get there, won't we, Tim? We'll get there.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're on there. Yeah, we'll do it. So let's have a look at satellite plugins, and you're going to be our instructor from this point onwards. Now we're going to hand over to Sarah, and we're going to listen to what she's got to say, and we're going to try and create something using the satellite plugins. So that sound okay, Sarah?
That sounds great, and I'm excited to make something with both of you.
Yes.
So
I didn't know I was going to do that, actually.
We have some eager beavers in the studio today. So I am sharing my screen here. So I started to build a track idea for us today, just kind of the bed track. So we have something to start with, right? So first thing I'm going to do is I would like to upload some of my audio that I've created to Satellite Sessions. So in order to do that, I have to put an instance of Satellite Sessions onto a MIDI track. And this is the lobby here. I have a couple choices. I can create a new session, I can join a session, and the session dashboard keeps a record of all the sessions that you've created in Satellite Sessions, which you can go back to at any point in time. So I'm going to create a new session here.
Okay.
And I think it's June 16th today, right?
It is here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got more of it left than we have.
You can choose a key and a scale. And I'm going to go create session. So we're creating the session. So this is Satellite Sessions here. The next thing I'm going to do is, you can see I'm the only person in the session. I'm the host of the session. I'm going to invite my collaborators here.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you a co-host here, Simon.
All right.
And you can actually change the permission levels. So a co-host can change anything in the session. VIP Plus has slightly less permissions. You can upload, you can kick people out, you can delete their tracks. You can make someone a VIP if you want them to record and upload audio but not be able to delete tracks. And if we have a lot of viewers, we can invite them to view and listen to the session.
Oh, okay. So for me to join, you've sent me an email now. What do I need to just accept the email or?
Yes. So you have to go to your email, and Satellite Plugins is going to give you an invite ID.
Okay. I see it. Now I'm going to type that in because otherwise I have to open my emails on the screen because I'm sharing this screen there. So I can see it. Yep. I'm going to type it in on my I need to go back to my screen to see. Yeah, I didn't think of that. So, do you want me to join that now?
Yes, please. Yeah, if you could both join.
Right.
So I've Satellite Plugins has sent you an email.
Yeah.
So you just have to find that email and get the code.
Which satellite plugin do I use? It's the MIDI, is it?
No, you're going to use Satellite Sessions.
Ah, right, okay.
Just on a blank MIDI track. And actually, would you like me to invite the audience to this session, the viewers?
Yeah.
I can make the session public. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll try. Actually, yeah, if you put it in the Zoom chat, Tim can paste it into the
chat box for the live stream. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an update. I need to download an update. Do I just do that?
Okay.
Yeah. It says it wants
So
me
the
to do.
session is public, which means anyone can join. So we're going to have some viewers. And there's also something called chaos mode, which means anybody can upload. Maybe we'll do that at the end if we...
Oh, okay. So I'm just... It asked me for an update, so I'm just going to quickly go through that. Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, continue.
So I can see just in the bottom left-hand corner, Tim has joined as a viewer.
Ah, okay.
So he's in the session,
yeah,
but he can't actually upload or delete.
Oh, I have to close my live to update. I think mine needed updating, so I'm going to have to just close that down and then reopen it. But that's okay. I can do that. But yeah, so I'll just leave that while it's reopening.
I've popped the code in the chat so people can join.
So this means people can join, can they?
Yes.
All right.
So while you two are joining the session, I'm actually going to start to upload some audio to Satellite Sessions. So with to upload audio to Satellite Sessions, Satellite Audio plugin onto any audio or MIDI track that you would like to share. You can actually upload either audio or MIDI to Satellite Sessions, but we're going to start with just uploading audio. Okay. So I'd like to share my kick drum. So I'm going to put Satellite Audio on top of my kick that I made here. And I'm going to change the name to kick. And then I'm going to share some of my hats here. So I'm going to put Satellite plugins on my hi-hat tracks. So this is my closed hat. And I also have to make sure this capture audio is on. If you turn it off, then you're not going to be able to record your audio into Satellite Audio. So I'm going to turn it on. And yeah, I named that.
Okay. I need to put this code into here.
Okay, and then ride.
Right, just while you're doing that, I have to just change the screen and put the... Oh, it's asking me to use the VST version. It's probably best to use. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, please use the VST version, not the AU version.
Okay. Satellite. So I'm using Satellite Sessions. It says I need to authorize the plugin to continue. Do I need to log in to join?
You should be able to join just with that code that I sent you.
Ah, okay. So
if you go on the main screen in the lobby in Satellite Sessions here, I'm going to go back to the lobby. You can just go join session, and you can take the code, and you can just paste it in join session.
Right. When I open mine, it just I don't get to that. It just says Satellite Sessions authorize your plugin to continue. I don't know why. It's done that. Maybe just concentrate on Tim doing it just for now. So I don't know what I've done to get to that. So
if you need to use me
Yeah,
Sarah. That's absolutely
carry
fine.
on. You carry on with Tim.
I've got to the point where I've dropped satellite audio onto an audio channel that I've got my guitar plugged into, but it said that I can't add audio because I'm currently a viewer.
Okay. I don't see you in the session yet, Tim. I need you to... Do you have satellite sessions in your DAW?
Because me and Simon sometimes speak in a Scottish accent, that TEM is actually me.
That's okay. And Simon, can you try joining the session with the code that I pasted in the chat, please?
Yeah, well, when I open the satellite sessions, it's not even allowing me to get to the lobby, so I don't know why that is. I'll try again.
Okay, so I'm going to upgrade Tam to a co-host.
Tam.
Okay. And then Simon, if you keep trying over there, you might have to...
keep doing that, but it's my screen that takes over, so I'm trying to just dive in and out really quickly because I don't want to miss yours.
So I'm going to record in some of this material now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I see Tem is in there.
Have we thrown you with that? You were expecting TIM, weren't you?
Oh, dear.
Tem is just fine. Okay, and I'm also going to just put in this TB 303 here. On.
You following this, Tim? Because we need to know this. Capture audio on.
Capture audio on. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. All I have to do now to record in all my audio to satellite sessions is just press play in my DAW, and I'm going to record in 8 bars.
So that's arming the channel, what you just did then. You're just arming
it. It's because I had pressed play for a second before, so it recorded in. And I have my settings set, so after I do a short recording, capture audio turns off, so I just had to re-enable everything.
Ah, okay.
So here we go. So now it's going to be uploading all these tracks here. Just give it one quick second there.
Yeah, I'll just try and open the plugin again. I don't know what. I was working in the beta of Live before. I might try that actually.
Can you see those on your side, Tim? All my tracks?
I'm just going to have a look now.
Okay.
Yes.
Use satellite sessions in any DAW. Today we're all working in Ableton. But for example, if I was in Ableton and we had someone else on the session who was in Pro Tools or Studio One, they could also be a part of our session and upload tracks here.
Cool.
So it looks like Tim has a guitar that he'd like to upload.
Well, yeah, we've not got anything prepped, but why not? That's what's
why not?
In.
A minor is the key, Tim.
Yeah.
A minor pentatonic. You've been waiting for this moment all your life. Just while you're doing that, let me just try and see if I can get in the session. It's not Mixed In Key's fault. It's my computer. So satellite sessions. Yeah, it's saying authorized, Sarah. I don't know why. And then
did you authorize from the email that I sent out the invite to?
Ah, right. Well, I was trying to do it on another computer rather, because if I the one was streaming from, if I go into my emails from here, everybody will just see it. So I didn't think of that. So I can try and do it with. That's probably why. Open your door and use this invite, but I can't even get to the. I can't even get to the where I type the code in. It's for some reason I don't know why. I mean I can show you what it's like on the screen, but it just says I need.
Are you in Live 11?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's maybe because I was using the beta, but I'll let Tim just do that. Oh, I can see some people have joined there. You've got MHO, who's a regular listener, and the Tuck there. So they'll contribute. They will represent me. Mr. Tuck there,
Okay.
he will represent me. So I'll just kind of watch the process, because otherwise I'm going to mess it up.
There's also a new chat, so you can chat with your collaborators.
Hey.
Good. Okay, so it looks like, Tim, you recorded a tiny piece. I don't know if you meant to record that or not.
Didn't at all. I accidentally pressed play, and it just within Ableton, and it started playing what you've put there.
Okay, so when you go to record in your lick, once you have it, you just have to make sure that record enable, that capture to the cloud, is on.
Right, okay. Let's have a look. So we'll go there, click that. Yes, it's on. You hearing that?
No, we can't yet, but it's okay once you've recorded it, and then it'll upload it.
Right, so I need to set essentially an 8-bar loop and record into there, and then it'll upload. Is that right? Am I on the right page here?
So, yeah, you want to upload just an 8-bar loop. So you can record that in, if you want, you can record it into Ableton first and then upload it, or you can upload it at the same time as you're recording it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, just do something simple just so you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go. So,
So in the chat room, authorize just takes a few seconds. Yeah. Oh, interesting stuff appearing in my live. So there you go.
look at that, it's there.
So
hey, very cool. So at this point, I'm going to just solo this Satellite Sessions plugin because I'd like to hear what we recorded in Satellite Sessions.
Oh, your volume's quite low on your top channel there, I think.
Would that be me within Ableton, that?
No, that would be...
There you go.
Thank you for noticing that.
That's okay. It's quite...
Always...
Yeah, we hear Tim.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's mystical, Tim. It's mystical.
Very cool.
Thank you. It's not me. It's my H9 black hole reverb. That's what's doing the work there.
I like it. Now, let me show you how you can upload MIDI. And maybe, Tim, you can try to upload something MIDI to the session as well. And I can show you a trick for uploading MIDI in Ableton.
Okay.
So if you put a satellite MIDI onto a MIDI track, what's going to happen is that satellite MIDI is going to replace the plugin that you have on, which might not always be desirable because then you don't have it in your personal session. So just to show you what that looks like if I put this satellite MIDI on my closed hat, it's going to take away my battery. So you can see that's changed into just a satellite MIDI track there. So...
all right, okay.
What I will do here is, let's say I want to record in, maybe the MIDI from the Technopads. So I'm going to create a new MIDI track. And on this MIDI track, I'm going to put a satellite MIDI plugin.
Okay.
And we're going to call this the pads. Capture MIDI is going to be on. And then you just want to go MIDI from. wherever your pads came from.
Okay.
So these pads over here, set the monitor to in. And then when you go back to satellite sessions here.
So you just need to play that now, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to play in.
That's cool. So a couple of people in our chat room are actually that as you're doing it, they're getting the tracks in theirs as well.
Yeah.
Simple Idea Space says the guitar tone is awful. I love it. So
I don't know whether that's a compliment or not.
It's everything. It's everything all in one. So good. Yeah, this is great. It's actually good to watch. This is good.
This pad here, we can't actually, it's a grayed out track. You can't actually play it until you go to this playback option because it's just a MIDI file, right? It doesn't have a sound attached to it. So if you wanted to, you could actually try playing this back just by soloing it here and then going to the playback option, turning it on, and then you can choose one of these sounds. These are sounds from our Captain plugins. So for example, I'm just playing it with some piano strings here. Okay. So that's how you can test out MIDI. Now, why would you want to upload MIDI to someone? I think uploading MIDI is a good idea. Let's say you were a writer who was collaborating with a sound designer and you wanted to give your ideas to someone who was going to actually take those ideas and make them into a better sound. Or let's say Tim, he was going to layer some of my pads with some other sounds, right? So I think it's a good idea to share MIDI as well as audio. Tim, would you like to try making a MIDI and uploading a MIDI file?
Why not? You might have to guide me. So essentially, I need to put, so if I go to my plugins and this time I need to grab the satellite MIDI and drop that directly onto the MIDI channel I'm using, or do I need to create a separate channel like you did then?
It's up to you. First of all, do you have a MIDI track with something you'd like to share created?
Not already created, no.
Okay, that is step one. So step one is just to spend a minute or two, or however long you need, no pressure, to make something that you'd like to upload. And it could be as simple as a bell sound or a shaker or something. It can be any sort of MIDI sound you like.
Right, okay. My only thing is every time I make a noise, it's coming through to you guys via Zoom audio.
No, we couldn't hear it.
Could you not? I put Omnisphere on a channel before, and it was bloodletting lead, which is quite aggressive.
We couldn't hear it. No, we didn't hear it.
That's all right then.
No, we couldn't.
Let's have a look.
And if anybody else says they can, I don't know how, because it's not coming through here and out. So, what I was thinking is, in order for me to try and join, what I was thinking, if I just go out here and I'll just play one of Sarah's other tracks, and then whilst that's playing, I'll get myself up and running on here because I need to use the string to get, and I'd rather do that so we can have a better crack at it because I'm ready to go here. I'm like, so
let's show off a bit more of Sarah.
Yeah. So, but whilst you're there, guys, anyone's in the chat room, I know Ned's just joined us, and is it Satare? I don't know how you say his name. One of our regulars. You can see the code, but where is the download link to download the plugin? Right. Okay.
I'm putting it in now.
Oh, okay.
It's coming in.
I'll have you a race. Let's see. There you go.
Beat you.
And Satellite Plugins is a free plugin for anybody to download.
Yeah.
So, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's completely free, and you can join in. So once you've got that, guys, Tim posted a code at the top. It's like a 9Z8. And there's a code that starts with that. You can join in, and you'll get all this into yours. So I'm just gonna, whilst you're doing that, I'm just gonna play another one of Sarah's tracks. Now this one, it's featuring, is it Jai? How would you say the name?
J.
J. J-E-I.
Featuring J, yeah.
Okay, so this one, 1 second. What is the name of this one? Let's have a look. It is Finally. This one is called Finally, which is what I will say once I join this session. So, but for now, let's have a listen to what I said. This is from last year, is it? Is this from last year?
Yeah, this is from last year.
Okay, so 2020. Let's have a listen. This is Finally from Sara Simms. Here we go.
can see us talking through it.
Yeah. And
we're
Simon, what you can do is you can make something.
Okay.
That it would be a good idea for you to make. It can be anything.
Okay.
It can be audio. It can be something you make on your push. Anything you feel like would suit.
Okay.
This
So
session.
if I play this now, for me to hear, like if I play this in, let's see. So if I just move this now, everyone who's watching can now see my computer. So if I press play, we're off. Whoa! Right, that works. All right.
We're coming in hot. Yeah. Here's another thing you can do as well, Simon. You can take these tracks that are inside satellite sessions.
Yeah.
If you grab in the upper right-hand corner, you can drag these regions to your DAW.
Oh my word!
That's actually quite relevant at this moment, Sarah, because one of our regulars, MHO, has said, "I love that kick. Can I keep it?"
Well, you can now. It's quite a banger, that one. Yeah.
He's stealing your kick.
Okay, so all right, so we do it like this, and what I'm going to do, I'm in session view. So if look at that, everything's working fine now. So. The track that we just played by Sara was called Finally, and I'm finally in here as well. So I see the corners. Yeah, drag this region into your DAW. Oh, wonderful. Okay, Tim, this is how we're working from now on, mate. This is it. So basically, on a real simple term, if I create something and Tim opens his, I can just record it into here. It appears on his satellite sessions, and then he can just drag it, and we can just use this to like easily transport all the parts to each other.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Tim, it looks like you got a MIDI in. Good for you.
I've just put my MIDI in. So I'm just to explain to the guys who are watching. So I've essentially created, like as you explained before, created another channel, used my MIDI channel as the in for that channel. And then all I had to press was play in terms of Ableton. I didn't have to press record or anything. That's right, isn't it? Is that right, Sarah?
Yeah. You did it correctly because I can see your MIDI.
Well, that shows that we've got somewhere, doesn't it?
And we definitely got somewhere. And then if I want to test out and see what this MIDI is, then I can just press this keyboard. And is it a drum part or is it...
No, it was a terribly horrible distorted synth.
Okay, so I'm just going to solo this out.
It's only recorded the second half of it, though. So
I can see it. It's the second half there, yeah.
Okay, awesome. I think it sounds great. So I could take this into my DAW now, and that's where I do the sound design.
So you're just dragging the MIDI there now onto MIDI track. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm dragging the MIDI.
Oh, we're going to have some fun with this, Tim. You're muted, by the way, but it's okay. Right, I'm going to try and record some audio over this now, but I'm not sure how to do it. So what I'm going to do... So I've got my screen on, so everyone can see my screen at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to record just like a Moog line or something like that. And I'm coming in on channel 7. So if I... What's the easiest way to get this in there now? So I've got the plugin open. And if I just... How do I arm my track to make sure it goes in? So I've got me as a co-host. If I open it here...
Yeah.
So, in fact, can I share my screen so you can guide me through it? Because
absolutely.
I'm a bit late to the party here.
That's
so
okay.
if I
sometimes we join when we're ready to.
I like it.
You've got so many good quotes, you know. Absolutely amazing. What was the other one we said should be on a T-shirt about the questions? Okay, so you can see mine. This is great, and I think this is also good for anyone that's learning something new. There's always a learning curve, and it can outsmart anyone. I just had some problems because I'd already registered with one email address to this computer. So just to describe, if you watched it before, I couldn't join. And then Sarah invited me on another email. So this was just going, what? So again, it was my fault. Human error. Here we go. So here's this now. So I open the satellite sessions. So you open the satellite sessions because that's like the whole project. Yeah, that's an overview of what's happening. Is that right?
That's right. And actually, if you can minimize your satellite sessions a little bit.
Yep.
Just with the minus button, just because right now we're at bar 11.
Yeah, sure.
And
there we go.
We only recorded up to bar 9.
Okay, right. So if I want to, is it better if I put my my marker here to match that? If I put my loop on in here, it's going to match that, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So if I want to record some audio, that's going to go on there. Is it better for me to record it first into Ableton, and then drag it in? Than
Your
try and do it
choice.
live? Right, okay. All right. Here we go. Then I'll just try something.
Your choice.
And
if you like, you can record them both at the same time. You could record into your DAW.
yeah.
And you also have to make sure that you have satellite audio onto the track that you're recording in.
Ah, okay.
So you can just drag and drop in as well. That's cool. That.
Yeah.
It's
I'll tell you what.
good,
Look, just to make it easy and sort of a bit more like how I would do it, I'm just going to record. Right. Okay. So I just recorded some of that there. Now, just to check there, it's comp in there. Has not let me down. And I'll just take just one of them. So I'm just going to pick a real short part and duplicate it.
I'm glad you picked that part. That was the best part. Sorry,
Okay,
what was that,
so
Sarah?
now I go to here. So how do I get this into here now then?
Okay. So the next step is you just need to put the satellite audio plugin onto the track that you just made.
Okay, yes, this is it. See, this is I was watching you do it before, but I was thinking, why is mine not working? So capture audio is on. Perfect. Okay.
You're too busy panicking, weren't you?
No, I was being calm. So captures your audio and adds it. Feel close. Yeah, I get this now. I get this. So now when I go here, I should have somewhere like me. Am I here anywhere where I can see it?
You're down at the bottom. I think if you scroll down in the plugin.
Right.
One thing you could do is you could make the plugin a wee bit bigger. Yeah, in the bottom left-hand corner there.
Bottom left.
Sorry, the bottom right. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right.
Oh,
I
so
don't
that's
seem to be
just
able to pull it down. Should I be able to pull the screen size down or scroll or something?
Yes, you should. You should be able to scroll. Can you scroll up or down?
No. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
I can scroll.
there we
Oh,
go.
I'm at
Okay.
the top. That's why. There we
Okay.
go. So now if I just play this from there,
Yeah.
it should just record it. Is that right?
Yeah. And it's going to record in from where you start in your DAW.
I
So
see,
if you
yeah.
start in your DAW at bar 1, then we're going to keep recording in.
And I can just click that again. I see.
Exactly.
There we go. We're getting it. We're getting it.
And
sold already, mate. It's great.
Okay,
it makes total sense. It makes total sense now. Right, okay. I get it.
Tim, can you see Simon's line in your plugin?
Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm too busy watching on the screen. Let's have a look. Yes, I can see him. Yeah, stem 1 at the bottom for me.
Okay. Very good.
Cool.
Okay. It's like teaching kindergarten, isn't it? Just like you were this morning. Just help. No, that's wicked.
It is a little bit sometimes working with all these musicians.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. I've just found out how to resize. There you go. It was just there looking at me all. So how do I trim this? You see how it's got? Can I trim this, or is it up to the person in the DAW to decide where the loop goes?
No, you can trim that. We have some basic trimming functions here in Satellite. Yeah. So what you can do is, if you just unclick that audio file, first of all, and then highlight whatever you'd like to trim. That so part. Maybe that, that area there, and just press delete on your keyboard.
I feel like it's my duty to tidy up my clip as well while we're at it.
There we go.
All is good. All right.
And that trims you just have to be, I think, just aware that trims the audio for anybody.
Yes. Yeah.
For everybody in the session. So you don't want to trim anything that you wouldn't want to have trimmed for everybody else, right? Because whatever decisions you make in Satellite sessions affect everyone who's in your session, right?
Right,
so
okay.
Because now it's our track, right?
Yeah.
So if Simon's getting on my nerves and I want to pay him back by deleting something that he's done that he's really proud of, I can do that, can't I?
Absolutely. That's why we have the different permission modes, right? In session. And if someone's misbehaving, if you're the host, you could always downgrade them. Right?
Oh, it sounds like loads of fun.
So,
right. Okay.
But right now, we all have the same permissions.
Right.
So, if you decided to get upset with me as I said something, out of character as the host, you could just delete all my tracks and I couldn't do anything about it.
It'd have to be something very bad, Sarah. So I'll let you share your screen and just, take us through a few things like that, because the delete thing was handy to know. And so if I stop, I'll stop and you can start yours. But I'm glad I managed to join that there. So I sorted it out.
No, so. I'm very glad that you're able to join our session, because I think you really get a true understanding of how this plugin really works once you start to use it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It is very simple to use for anyone who's out there. Just remember the couple steps. Start in Satellite Sessions. That's your number one plugin. Create whatever you'd like to create, be that audio or MIDI. And for anything audio you'd like to upload, you need to put Satellite Audio on top of your audio tracks.
Yeah.
You can also put the Satellite MIDI on top of... you can put Satellite Audio on top of MIDI track. So, if you made something in Serum, then you could upload
that was
whatever
that was my next question. Okay, so if I have used a soft synth, which Tim did before, he used Omnisphere. If you want to upload like as if it was like rendered, so you've got the MIDI there, and so he just puts an audio plugin after Omnisphere, and then it will just record that into here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's what I did with...
I knew that would the penny would drop with Tim. Then he'd go, "Oh, that's why."
Yeah. So you can see all my tracks that I have uploaded here. They're all MIDI tracks. Like, for example, this techno pad that I made here.
Yeah, nice. Bit of echo there.
If I scroll, that was just something I did in, I think this is Wavetable.
Yeah.
Ableton people, I need you. Wavetable.
Yeah.
This pad is in Wavetable. So to upload that to our session here, I just had put the Satellite Audio track on top of a MIDI track, and it uploads as audio. So Satellite Audio can go on top of anything.
Perfect.
I think we could also look at the. You can try out the chat, everyone, if you want to chat in there.
Go on, Tim. You try it, because I'll have to move my screen otherwise, and I'm quite happy where it is.
And then there's also these settings here that I'll just take you through quickly here. So in the settings, I have this one-shot cloud capture. When selected, cloud capture is disabled on all tracks after every take. I recommend having that on, just so you're not accidentally recording over something that you don't want to record over top of.
Okay.
I also have mute playback through my satellite audio while listening to recorded stems in satellite sessions. So that's kind of a mouthful. What it means is that any track that you have in your session that had satellite audio is muted when you're playing this satellite sessions plugin. If I didn't have that section, setting checked off, then what would happen is I'd get double tracks playing, because I would hear the tracks in satellite sessions and I'd hear the tracks in Ableton, which is not desirable. So I keep that checked on.
And is it set like that by default anyway?
I think so. Yeah, when you turn on the plugin.
Yeah.
You can check your settings too, because you actually just got
that's a good point,
the plugin, right?
Yep.
So if you go to your settings, I think these two are checked off automatically, but I do recommend keeping the checkboxes on. And then mute my recorded stems when the plugin is out of focus. What is in focus versus out of focus? Well, when I'm in the plugin and it's in the foreground, it's in focus. If I click on Ableton, you can see the plugin kind of goes a light gray. That's out of focus.
Okay.
So in case you're wondering what that means, I just keep that off. And then mute my recorded stems while the plugin is closed or minimized. I keep that off as well, because most of the time, once tracks are in satellite, I want to hear what's in satellite rather than what's in my session. Because I just want to hear what we all recorded together. So I keep the solo button on. I keep my satellite session soloed. This is just how I use the plugin, so that when I do playback, I'm playing back everything. And another thing I can show you that I can do as well, so if I make a little loop here, I can also like mute some of these tracks just to try out some different arrangements. So there's just my kick, the guitar. And you can also take the volume up or down as well.
I was just going to ask you about that, yeah. Like it's a little mix. Does everybody get the same mix if you move it?
No, that's
individual.
in my plugin.
Right, okay.
But everyone can do that on their own. Everyone who's in the session has the ability to do that.
Right, okay. So it's everyone's own mixer. So if I can change my mix without affecting yours.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like marvelous.
Can I
Because what we all share is we share the stems, right? We all see the same stems, but what we all do with those stems is a little bit up to us.
So we've got a few questions, Sarah, if that's okay.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is just to clarify. So somebody, people are having fun saying if they're not behaving, they get kicked out of the session. But MHO says, guess if you place the audio plugin earlier in the chain, you upload the unprocessed signal. So I think what they mean is if it's what he mean. Well, I think what he means is, so say for example, I had a guitar rig or something like a third-party guitar amp, and then I had a chorus or a flanger after it. If I put the satellite audio just after the guitar, would it miss out the following plugins because it's before it in the chain?
Yes. if you wanted to record your guitar with that chorus, you would need to put satellite audio after your chorus.
Yeah.
Because it's going to record the end of the chain. If you just wanted to record your guitar before the chorus,
yeah,
your workflow would be guitar rig, and then satellite audio,
right,
and then the chorus after, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Because it captures the chain wherever you put it.
Right, perfect. No, that's really good.
Sarah, if I within Satellite Sessions overview there, can you duplicate your clips? So can you change the actual structure of or arrangement of what you've done there?
Unfortunately, not at this point in time. We don't have the ability to do much ranging in Satellite Sessions, so I can't move these clips around. It's not a DAW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I can't, even though I want to, copy this kick over to bar 9.
Yeah.
I'd have to do that in my DAW.
And then
that's okay.
Bring it back in.
It is.
So my option is to take this into my DAW, and then from there duplicate. And when you take it into your DAW too, you are responsible for placing it wherever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So if we want the arrangement to be exactly as it is here, right, then I need to make sure when I drag the clips into my DAW, or when you drag them into your DAW, that you're always starting at bar 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one thing straight away that Tim's the vocalist in our sort of production thing. I mean, I occasionally do stuff, but we're doing vocals, guitars, synths. But I think definitely using this, what it means is that I can play something and we be working on Zoom, and then Tim's, let me do a vocal for that. He can do it in his own time and then put it into here, and then I can just instantly then start working on it and doing some other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And the nice thing too is, sorry to interrupt there, but I just want to, we're kind of on topic for this. So if you two were working on a session, let's say you have the session today, right? And over the weekend, 3 a.m. on Saturday morning, Saturday night, Tim gets a great idea for his vocal. He can go into the session, open up the session from the lobby by going to the session dashboard, recording his vocal when he's inspired to do so. And then when you two have your weekly meetings for your group, right? You can go back to Satellite Sessions, open up the session, and Tim's vocal will be there.
Oh, good.
That's very cool. I was just because you were on the same wavelength as me then, because I was thinking, does that mean that when we reload our save file, for example, within Ableton in a week's time, is everything still going to be set up as it is now, kind of thing, as we left it? Is that right?
So yes, it's going to be set up exactly as you left it, unless somebody makes a change.
Unless someone deletes me stuff in the meantime.
Right.
So unless there's a button. Or someone adds something, right? If you're making a track, someone might go back to the session and then make something. So when you revisit the session, there could be something else, right?
Yeah.
Right. And how does do we have a title for the session, or is it just based on the original invite? What is the name of this session? Is it just because we go?
Okay, so the session name is Super Boring. If we go back to the session dashboard, I just called it by the date.
Right. That's good as anything. That's good.
June 16th. I don't really do my own titles. I ask someone more creative than me, usually my sister. She's a lot better at titling things than I am. So
that's okay.
So we'll go back to the session. It's called June 16th.
Oh, okay.
We can't change the title of the session once the title has been created here. So that's the session you would return to. Is this one here? So, and just to be on the safe side, I would recommend at the end, of every jam session that you have in satellite sessions, drag these tracks, whatever was created, into your DAW, right? Because that's the really the fruit of your labor there, right? So you want to drag those regions into your DAW and then, start to make something from there. We have a couple different quality options when we're uploading to satellites. There's Ultimate and Fastest. So Ultimate is a non-lossy file format, and then Fastest is a lossy file format. And then when the tracks are transferred into your DAW, they become WAV files. So, and how this works here is if you want to do something like really great, pristine audio quality, work in Ultimate, but it's going to take a couple seconds more to upload it.
Right.
So if time is not a huge issue, when your internet speed is good, then you can use Ultimate. I was using Fastest today.
Yeah, because you're quite a way off, aren't you? So it's traveling all the way across the world. This is amazing.
But yeah, I think you just nailed it there. The beauty of this plugin is you can make something with people all around the world.
Yeah.
Your international friends, your friends you didn't even know you had yet. Right?
Our audience.
Our audience, literally.
Your audience.
So just to ask you a question about, so when you first started the session off, Tim and I were co-hosts, and so we were co-hosts. The other people were viewers, but did it populate this on their screen when they were doing it? Because some of them...
Yeah, they're all Set has just said, so will the viewers be able to work on this at the end of the stream? They've been seeing it pop up.
Yeah.
So I think they've been seeing the files as viewers. Can they grab those files as viewers, Sarah?
No.
I think they're all clamouring for an invite, Sarah, or to get a higher security pass. I think they're after.
Yeah.
So any of the co-hosts or hosts can change the permission levels of people on the session.
Okay. Right. So we can have a lot of fun with this, and it's free.
Absolutely.
Oh my word, it's free. Because to be honest, Sarah, what we were going to do a few weeks ago, Tim and I were going to attempt to do this. And one of the guys who's on there, Tuck is Mr. Tuck, James Tuck. And he's been using this in his, he's a high school teacher, and he's been using this in his school. And he put a message on Twitter, and I think someone from Mixed in Key actually got back to him. But it's such a good idea to collaborate, because they can even students can start things in school, carry them on outside, and keep going with the ideas. And I think this is definitely something that Tim and I are going to use. And one of the guys he just messaged me there, he said he's watching. He's an MC, a drum and bass MC. And
cool.
So hi, Ton, if you're still watching. And
hello, Tom.
Yeah, hi. He's do you know Andy C, drum and bass guy?
Everybody knows Andy C.
Well, Ton's his MC. And
really?
And he's from Manchester. He's just come back from New Zealand. I can't believe we're talking about Ton hour, but yeah, he knows everyone. So yeah, we're working on some stuff, and doing it this way, we can send him the tracks and we can work on it. He can do a vocal, send it back, and yeah, I'm quite excited about this. Like genuinely, it's so good when Tim and I invite all these guests onto our show, and it feels really selfish because we're kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to use this, and rather than us try and explain it, we got the expert in. So really cool. No, really good.
I think it's a great collaboration tool. It's really good to connect with people, and there's a lot of uses for it, right?
Yeah. Like
as you're saying, with an MC, with a vocalist, you can really catch a vibe with them in a session, right? And if you're not able to be in a session with them personally, right, I think that this is certainly the next best option to being live in the session with them, right? Because you can just be going over ideas, and I mean, you never know when you're going to come up with that gem, right? So
Nope.
you can drop it. You can drop it anytime, right?
Yeah. So, did you activate the chaos mode just before? Did you do that?
I can.
Go on, yeah, just do that. Put that on.
Okay.
Because we're gonna let
So
you.
here we go.
We're gonna let you go soon because you've got. It's still in the afternoon for you, so we don't want to take over. Chaos mode is on. they're all there. Everyone.
Chaos mode is on.
Yeah.
Go crazy,
Anybody
guys.
who wants to can upload.
There you go.
So all of our viewers can upload, and anyone else watching on the internet who has the satellite sessions code. Oh, and I need to put the code in the. I think we still need to put the invite ID in the chat. So I'm going to copy the session invite. Yeah. And I'm going to send it over to you, Tim. It's going to be the same one.
Okay, yeah.
And if you can put that in the chat for anyone watching.
Yeah, so one of two of our viewers have said the chaos is entertaining, and also the MHO is a regular one of our audience says, I like how it's not necessarily real time, but suitable for international collab, and I agree with that because real time it just creates so many complications with latency and stuff like that. Whereas this, you get chance to kind of just listen to it, give your take on something, record it at your own pace, and then put it back into the pot, which I think is fantastic. It makes more sense because it just kind of it's much faster than other collaboration things that I've used in the past. Waiting for things to upload, and the fact that you can do it within the DAW is a winner for me.
Yeah, because it gives you time to be creative. Whereas if it was real time, you're under. I don't want to say time constraints, but you know what I mean.
Pressure. It's pressure.
Yeah. You're reacting all the time, and you've got someone waiting for what you're producing. Whereas this, you're just creating in your DAW and then dropping it in when you're ready. It's great. It's absolutely brilliant. Made up with it. Sarah.
Awesome. So what we'll do, Sarah, is we record our sessions, what we're working on tracks, and we record them on Zoom, and then it's to go back as kind of documenting us tracking our next EP. And I'll send them because we're going to use this to do some vocals and just get it done a lot faster. And then when we meet in person, the track's pretty much done. It's just mixing and getting a vibe, really. So, yeah.
Well, have any of our audience managed to get anything in there yet? I'm just having a nosy now.
Some of them said we've been able to drag the audio in. This is so rad. Yeah, I want to make stuff with you guys. So I think in the future, just those of you in the chat room now and our regular listener, I think we will definitely coordinate. Now we have the knowledge from Sarah. I think we should definitely do like an organized, structured kind of jam where we can do this. And again, we start off with what key it's going to be in. If I change the tempo, will everybody else have to do it, or can we not change it at this point? What's the
if you change the tempo as a co-host, it's gonna force us all to change the tempo.
Oh, that's cool.
And that could throw things off because we recorded into satellite sessions.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would actually recommend not to do that at this point.
Yeah.
Because we have all these files that are recorded in at 131. So it's going to be confusing if you want to go down to 98 now. Right. Because we have these 131 files. So we're going to have to change our DAW to another tempo, and that's going to render what we recorded kind of obsolete in a way,
sure.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So I recommend at the beginning, before starting off with satellite sessions, everyone needs to be in the same tempo. If you're not in the same tempo, satellite sessions will prompt you.
Yeah.
Be in the same to change the tempo.
Excellent. Well,
yeah, I think it's a good time to take maybe some questions from the audience.
Yeah, I think is there any more questions, guys? I think that some people are just asking questions about the way we were just talking about the upgrading to the VIP and stuff within the the session. But has anybody got any questions just about generally the plugin, the way it installs, the way the way you use it? I think you did make it quite clear about the audio the audio, satellite audio, to get the content of the track uploaded as audio, regardless of whether it's MIDI or whatever. You can just instantly record it into there. And MIDI, you can just put that on a blank channel if you're in live, and you can just get the MIDI from your current plugin to just go via the other one and just upload via. Yeah, you know what I mean? We used like a dummy MIDI track to siphon the MIDI from the current plugin or whatever it was. Like when you showed yours, there you go. So you had, for example, the pads, you were using a wavetable, and you just opened a satellite MIDI on a blank track next to it, and then it will just upload the MIDI, not the actual sound. Whereas if you wanted the actual sound, you would just use the audio after the
exactly
plugin. Right. I hope that makes sense, guys, because it makes sense to me now.
Yeah, any MIDI you record into the plugin is going to be just MIDI, and you can drop a satellite MIDI onto a MIDI track.
Right.
But that satellite MIDI is going to take the place of whatever VST, AU, or VST3 you were using.
Yes.
Which you may not want that to happen, because you also might want to save your own session with your sounds that you made, just because you never know, right?
Exactly.
So that's why I recommend creating a separate track.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I'm with you. That's why because I was thinking before, it'd be much easier to just create it and drop it in. But that's why you're that's why you're the expert, Sarah, because you'd already foreseen the problems with that.
Yeah, it does make sense, that though. And I think with any collaborative, collaboration tools, you have to have some set of guidelines, because otherwise it would just be absolute chaos, wouldn't it? So yeah, I'm really, really impressed. And I know you've got the rest of your day to get on with, so we don't want to keep you any longer, but thank you so much for spending the time explaining this, the whole insights to what you're up to as well. And there's some really good music as well that I really like. I like the first track, the Bronx one. That was so good. And
have we got Simon? Have we got Sarah's links, just so we've not put them in the chat yet? Just
what I'll do.
People were really enjoying it, Sarah, so they were complimenting your music, so we need to get those links in for you.
What I'm going to do, Sarah, I'm going to share your link tree. Is that okay? Because it's got everything there. Is that cool for me to put that?
Absolutely. I would love that. Thank you so much.
So we're going to put that. This is the link tree, which is a link to pretty much everything. So, what have I?
So I am on Spotify. You can find me, Sara Simms, and I'm also I have my DJ mixes on SoundCloud as well.
Oh yeah.
And then everyone can also download and check out, of course, Satellite plugins, because that's a free plugin, and it's available at mixedinkkey.com/satellite.
Yeah, we can pop that in again as well, Tim, if you don't mind.
Satellite plugins again. We've had that in a couple of times.
Yeah, we've put it in a few times. So the chat stays live with the video on the replay as well. Tito says, very cool, thank you. Thanks for joining us, Tito. Any of you that have not been here before, let us know where you're from as well, because it's really interesting to know, because we don't have any paid promotion or anything for this. We just do it because we love doing it. So thanks for joining us, guys. And Sarah, thank you so much.
Sarah, thank you very much. You've given me and Simon hours of fun, and we're going to have to. I was just saying in the chat, we're going to have to incorporate it with our audience for a session as well.
Absolutely,
it's genius. It's great. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me on today, and for being open to trying out Satellite plugins. I hope it's going to be a helpful tool.
Absolutely.
For everyone to use, and I would encourage everyone to try some collaborations with it, because you never know what's going to happen when you collaborate, right?
Yeah, exactly that. I think it's especially in these times where I don't think it's just not particularly about the pandemic and things like just the fact that sharing and finding like-minded people and working on music. I think just I'm guessing that this came out of a need to collaborate, and it's come at a good time. It's come definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to use it for sure. I mean, I'm quite excited. So I think you can stay on, Tim. We'll have a chat about this, and we'll see what's next for us. But Sarah, thanks for taking time out your busy schedule, and hopefully we can send you what we've been doing. You can see what we did, and we'll definitely do that.
I would love to check out your creations, and feel free to stay in touch too. If anyone has any questions, just feel free to reach out, and I'll try to help out as much as possible.
Awesome.
So, but thanks again for having me on your live stream today, and thank you to
pleasure.
all of our viewers for being here with us. And Simon and Tim, I'll leave it to you if you want to upgrade anyone so they can contribute as well.
Oh no, we're going to leave them all to it for now. But for sure, though, it was really, really cool. Well, thanks again, and we're just going to run our titles, and we'll say once again, thank you so much. It's been great. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You've been great.
Thank you, Sarah. And thanks everyone.